folks, and welcome to Trav's Fryer. I'm Trav, and tonight I'm going to be making a lobster bisque cheddar ale soup. This is something that I've been wanting to make for quite some time. It has been quite an inspirational dish to me. In fact, lobster bisque and cheddar ale soup, they're both soups, but they're completely different. You've got your cheddar ale and you've got your lobster bisque. Lobster bisque generally is much richer due to having the lobster in it. But on the other hand, a cheddar ale soup can be very rich as well. And so I have had both of these soups in many different restaurants. And so having both of these and liking both, I have came up with a way to combine the two to make a superb dish. Let me show you. Okay, so here's what I've got lined out here. I've got 2/3 cup of seafood stock. You could also use chicken broth or chicken stock, but for this, just to make it richer and to accompany the lobster itself, I'm using a seafood stock. I also have 2 medium slices of onions. I'm going to be using a sharp cheese. This is a sharp cheddar, which is actually recommended for most cheddar ale soups. This one here happens to be an import cheese, an import sharp cheddar. It's a Barber cheddar imported from England. I'll be using about 1 1/3 cup of milk. I will be using a Fuller's ESB ale. Extra special bitter is what this stands for. This is one of my favorites, Fuller's. That's also an English import ale. And it's kind of got a robust, rich, almost kind of a toffee flavor to it. It's very smooth and bitter a little bit. But I believe that this will make a great solution as far as combining with the cheddar ale. And I've got lobster here. I'm using a whole lobster here. It's already cooked, so all I have to do is peel that and combine that into the mixture as well. I've got some flour here. This is 2 tablespoons of flour there. I've also got 2 tablespoons of butter there. And I'm going to combine all these ingredients. To let you know, in most lobster bisques, since I'm doing 2 different versions of soup and I'm going to be combining them into one, the interesting thing is in most lobster bisques they actually use what is known as a sherry wine, and instead of wine I'm using the ale here to substitute for that. And that's what's going to be interesting when this is all put together. It will make a nice hearty rich soup. So let's get started. Come on over here to my famous fryer. And I'm going to start a skillet here, just a medium or small size skillet. What you want to do is have it on low heat. You're going to want to first put your slices of onion in the skillet. Then you want to add your seafood stock or chicken stock or whatever you're going to use. And you're going to want to let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. Just let this simmer here, get our base of the mixture going. In the meantime, I can shred my cheese. I could also peel my lobster and Get that lobster meat going. So what I have done here in another pot, I've added my 2 tablespoons of butter, and then I slowly added in the 2 tablespoons of flour so I could create this creamy mixture base here. See how it's already developing there. You want to have this on medium heat as well, and just get it so you can get that nice creamy texture there. Sort of the base of that bisque. Moving back over here, I've got my onions and the stock just about ready. I'm going to combine that into this pot here in just a moment. I've got my cheese shredded, and soon I will have this lobster meat ready to go in as well. And of course I'll be adding the milk and the special ingredient. And why not have a few while you're cooking? That's great. That's great stuff. Okay, I've got my creamy base is ready to go. I'm ready to pour in my stock. I'm going to gradually pour this in here while I whisk it. Whisking it constantly here. You want the flour to stick to the bottom of the pan. So I just keep whisking it. Add a little bit more onion and that broth in there. This is starting to look pretty good. It's starting to thicken up here. I'm going to keep whisking it, still on medium heat. I added some kosher salt. I want to slowly whisk in the milk here. So this is all now starting to come together. I'm going to go ahead and add my lobster meat in there. I've chopped that up and de-shelled that. This is all starting to pull together here a little bit. Just keep whisking away, keep whisking. Add a little bit of that ESB there. Starting to smell pretty rich here. I'm going to add that cheese in there. Just keep whisking and whisking this porridge together. Smelling really good. And if you think it's a little bit too thin, you can always add more flour and butter. And if it's too thick, you can always thin it out by adding more milk or ale. Okay, so you want to just get it so that it's almost to the point of boiling, but you don't want to boil the milk, because if you boil the milk, then it's going to curdle the milk, and you don't want to do that. I'm going to add a little bit of ground red pepper, just to give it a little bit of a spice zing to it there. I'm also going to add just a little bit of black pepper, just like that. Or you could also use, this is a seasoning here, vat Avon. It's got a garlic, shallots, curry leaves, onion, coriander, cumin, quite a bit of stuff, but whatever you want to use is fine, but I prefer ground red pepper and regular black pepper. So we're coming to a point where I'm just about finished here. Keep whisking that. Extra pepper, crackers, or whatever you want. It's very good. Nice and hearty. Well, as always, thanks for watching Trav's Fire. I'll see you next time.